In my dreams I was beset by visions. There I beheld prophets of a myriad worlds, beckoning forth in 1,000 voices. They were dressed in golden finery by unseen hands, an ever-changing symphony so beautiful it hurt to behold, and I wept in awe. The trains of their robes stretched to canopy their heads, and their arms raised unbridled by their jewelled fetters. Each so different in their visage, they were all matched in their transcendence. Behind them I beheld their myriad doors, each a vessel to whichever world they hearkened from. Some doors had been opened many times, some not at all. "Rise and stand, Aurelian. Cast your gaze behind you," one prophet demanded of me. I looked back to find a door whose wooden grains contained all corners of our world, and rushed forth alarming auras of life and death. "It is your own, it is your world's own, and it has yet to be opened," stated a second prophet. "Your throne among our realms awaits," decreed a third. Before I could fathom words, the prophets turned their countenances from me, each going to their door and gazing through it. From over their shoulders there could be seen a further eternity of doors, each looking at the back of another prophet, and through to another in front of them. Myriadism believes their god to be a holy overseer, a guardian who stewards many worlds and afterlives from a crossroads of sorts, portrayed as endless worlds connected by myriad doors. He's often referred to as the overseer or the watchman. People believe through prayer and song he will look favourably on their specific world door and bestow his kindness. In addition, they believe the souls of the faithful are able to cross the threshold of their world's door upon death and enter the holy myriad crossroads. While religious symbols vary based on location, culture, and economic status, as well as the sect of Myriadism you belong to, a common staple is that of an engraved doorway-shaped clip, affectionately nicknamed by some a latchkey. These are usually worn about the waist, such as on a belt or sash. Many modern offshoots have appeared from the original faith of traditional Myriadism over the years, but two major sects have now established themselves, arguably rivaling their traditional counterpart in terms of numbers. These two modern sects are Paragons and the Last Exodus. They are collectively known as the Dionysian sects, though they do not like to be associated together. The Dionysian sects follow the teaching of prophet Aurelian Dionysius, whose visions and works seem to claim that the Watchman is but a single ascended god, one of many, and that the crossroads is a home of infinite ascended gods, watching over a single realm each. These views, especially at the time, were seen as blasphemous, especially since this strayed into the realm of polytheism, something unheard of for the Myriadic faith. The Dionysian sects believed that their prophet reached such spiritual enlightenment he was able to physically access and walk through the door leading to the great beyond while still alive, guaranteeing him access to an afterlife and leaving no remains behind. Their belief is that by following his teachings they may do the same, and journey to a realm beyond realms. However, Paragons and the Last Exodus split significantly in their interpretation of scripture, primarily due to a massive disagreement on their prophet's supposed final words. "I go now to the other side, and I will not send a messenger. The world and all its tribulations ran me through the first time round. I have left no desire to revisit its strife. Forever beckons me within its singular, infinite moment, and I will not look back through this final door. Instead, you will one day stand beside me and gaze towards the sun of 12 myriad doors at the backs of the heads of prophets." The Last Exodus believed that they must seek out this door through meditative prayer. Over time, this has come to mean the foregoing of pleasure and living strict, ascetic lives in order to reach enlightenment. They believe, when the time is right, the door will be revealed to them, and they shall collectively walk through, simultaneously. Paragons are a much more individualistic sect. They believe, due to their prophet's numerous mentions and associations with fine gems and gold, that his final words were an invitation or challenge of sorts, to make him turn around and look back, to prove they are a treasure worthy of standing beside the other gods in the great beyond. They believe that by accruing the finest gems, the most delicately crafted finery, and the most extravagant and excessive personal garb, they will encourage the prophet Aurelian to look back and bring them through. Paragons view the appearance of ornata as motivation and a positive sign towards their holy ascendants, that the world is becoming a thing of art, something holy. The last Exodus frequently label ornata as a worldly distraction designed to test their resolve. Regardless of their views, this hasn't stopped either church or the traditional Myriadic church from exploiting ornata's magical gifts, of course. Most among the Dionian sects tend to agree on what Aurelian meant by the absence of a messenger, meaning there will be no chosen prophets or divine messages, no clue as to what the next step should be or if the path they're taking is the right one. Whatever his final words meant, whether or not Aurelian was truly a real person to begin with, the Paragons and the last Exodus have a resolve and a conviction of faith that is hard to rival. What will their religious schism mean for traditional Myriadism, Enavas, and the rest of the world? We'll simply have to see. Thank you so much for tuning into this little tidbit of lore. I'm kind of experimenting with doing small little nuggets of lore instead of trying to build up and do big, huge videos. It doesn't mean I won't do huge videos in the future, it just means that I'm trying to drop little bits and nuggets that maybe don't need a full 10 to 15 minute video on them, and so you'll have to let me know if this works for you. The wonderful people that you should see on screen right now are my Patreon supporters for whom I would create a religious schism. I always am incredibly grateful for their support. They get to see short stories exclusive to the world of Golden Bone. We just had one drop about Elian de Serva and his ability to see ghosts, and also get to see high quality images from these videos and have access to a fun, secret little section of my Discord server. Speaking of the Discord server, please do consider clicking the link in the description and coming to join us. We just finished up a Gold and Bone art event. I will be doing a live stream soon where we kind of highlight everyone's beautiful artwork and look at what our community made, because you are all a really ridiculously creative bunch, and I'm very honoured that so many people were so enthused about everything. What are your thoughts on Myriadism and the two newer Dionian sects? Do you have any questions about them? Any concerns? Do you want to create your own third sect and have your own interpretation of Aurelian's final words? There are no wrong answers here. I would love to hear anything and everything in the comment section below, and a little bit of engagement does help the channel out quite a bit. Do feel free to leave a like or even subscribe if you have the time. And speaking of time, my dear friends, I will hopefully see all of you next time.